tell you a little bit about the Lyon Farm, kind of where it is and what we were kind of facing ahead of this stabilization project. So what you're looking at right now is a picture of the Lyon house, which was the focus of our project. This was a number of years ago. Definitely looks old. But the Lyon Farm was founded by the Lyon family. They came from South Carolina after the 1821 land lottery, which is this sort of like middle brown color section here. Right there. And so basically, once the Native Americans were sort of removed from this area, that opened up the state of Georgia for white settlement. And so that's why this part of DeKalb County began getting settled at that time. So that's where the Lyon Farm is, 1821. Lyon Farm is located in southeast DeKalb County, and this little orange dot right here is where it is exactly. And it's actually a pretty sweet piece of property. If you look pretty closely at the map, you can see it's kind of right in the crook of the South River. Right south of that green area is Panola Mountain State Park. And so when you go out to the Lyon Farm, you actually have a really great view of Panola Mountain. And again, that's just a little bit more of a close-up shot of Lyon Farm. So if you look closely at the map, these two trails are not roads. Rather, those are the Arabian Mountain Path, which is a paved off-road trail that we just talked about. So over 33 miles of this trail connects the entire National Heritage Area, and it's the hope that one day that this trail will connect to the Beltline and even farther west, to the Silver Comet Trail. So theoretically, someone could bike from Alabama right here to the Lyon Farm, the National Heritage Area. And then here's a satellite image from, I'm going to say, the mid-20th century. I'm not exactly sure the date on this, but you can see the sort of the profile of the river right here. The house, the farm complex is right here. And then you can actually see the sort of agricultural landscape, that area was really bare, that the Lyon family, worked and grew plants. And then this area right down here is Panola Mountain, just to give you some sort of visual context. So in 2008, Georgia State University did a historic structures report here at the Lyon Farm. We're going to talk a little bit about what the results of that were in a little bit, but this just kind of gives you a picture of what the farm complex consisted of at that time. So in the center there is the house, and then there's all manner of buildings that were in the farm complex that really supported the farm and the family and the business there. And so these are kind of two of the primary buildings right now at the Lyon Farm. So the building in the foreground is the smokehouse or the salt house. There's a lot of debate about that. We're like, which one is it? We're always talking about it. And then the building in the back is the part of the Lyon farmhouse. And that part of the building in the rear L, we believe, is the oldest part of the building. And then here's another view. That's just on the other side of the smokehouse. So the rear L of the building, let me see if I'm going to try to talk and point. Maybe I'll go like this. Does this work? All right. So this part of the house, this is where the original house would have been. If you come out on the tour next week, we're going to get to go down into the cellar, and there's some pretty awesome masonry down there. It's pretty epic. So you can really see how old it is when you come down there. And then this is the sort of main farmhouse. We think that was probably built in the mid-1800s, maybe 1830s and 40s. And then at some point, these two buildings were connected, and I've actually had conversations with family who remember when that happened. So that was in the more recent past. And then here's a front view of the farmhouse as we sort of approached it before this project started. And so the historic structures report definitely pointed out a lot of issues with the building, and it was a real threat of essentially falling down, mainly because of lots of water damage down here at the front of the house. And you'll get to see some of the guts of the building in a little bit, so you can see what I'm talking about. And so basically the Lyon family lived and worked on this piece of property for over 150 years. And so they, acquired the property after the 1821 land lottery, and basically it was in their family until the county acquired the property in 2003. And this is just a little bit of a snapshot of some of the Lyon family members throughout the years. We've actually been working on for a long time, but now that the farm is sort of presentable, she's got her makeup on, we can really start to tell the whole story about the Lyon Farm. So the Lyon family did enslave people. This is a slave census from 1850. And how we like to frame it is that the Lyon Farm is really the place where the community of Flat Rock, which is one of the oldest African-American communities in the state of Georgia, really started. So what you're looking at here is just a simple little map of showing you the farms, antebellum farms that were built along the South River. So this is the Latimer plantation, here's Lyon, and then here's where the Parker House is in Panola Mountain State Park. So all along the South River, there are these small antebellum farms that popped up. And these farms, they did enslave people. And then these properties right here that you're looking at, so this is the historic Flat Rock Cemetery, where there are slaves buried there. And then two African-American churches, Flat Rock Church and then Big Bethel Baptist Church, which is not there anymore. So you can see sort of the proximity between these slaveholding farms and then this Flat Rock community, which is generally in this vicinity. And so you're looking at here are the trustees for the Flat Rock Church. And this guy right here, let's see, this is Hill Lyons, was enslaved here and was one of the founders.